Thanks for coming on this week's podcast. This week we're going to talk about Facebook. And over the last 5 or 6 years, I've gotten more and more questions, especially from insurance producers, trying to understand how to use Facebook to generate referrals and even to how to use the advertising feature to generate leads. And the thing I always kind of try to explain is number one, you really have to kind of educate yourself on how all of these things work. I look at Facebook and even your whole web presence as one big puzzle. And a lot of times, I feel like people want to skip putting the puzzle together. They go to the one piece and they try to get results and they fail and they get discouraged. So the point of today's podcast is just to kind of put all of the pieces together for you to understand what you really need to do to be successful. So right off the bat with Facebook, I always try to explain there's two levels. There's the free level, which basically includes getting you set up with your own Facebook business page. And then there's the pay level where you can take that business page, set up advertising, and potentially generate leads. So when it comes to the free level, I don't care if you're an independent insurance agent, if you're a lawyer, if you own a restaurant, if you own the local chocolate shop in town, you should have your own Facebook business page for your operation. And the point of that business page is basically to drip on people, to drip on your clients, to drip on potential clients, to let them know that you're the guru when it comes to the products that you offer. Again, setting up a Facebook business page is free. There's absolutely no cost. Here's an example of one independent agent who has set up her page. If you take some time and scroll down, you can see that pretty much every day she's posting simple articles about Medicare or about things happening within the Medicare industry that are relevant to her clients. And it just acts, like I said, as exposure, a way to show that she's the expert and can really show what she knows what's going on. Most importantly, she has the Facebook business page, but of course she has her own website, right, that matches the business page. It's a similar look and feel. Obviously, the website gives more information about her and her operation, has the carrier she represents, testimonials from current clients, has call to action where people can, fill out a standard scope form and request her to work with her, etc. But my point is that those two fundamental pieces become very important when you start to talk about the next level of Facebook, which is doing the pay advertising. And like I said, I've been doing this a long time, helping independent agents really grow their business with their web presence. And as time has gone on, I see more and more independent agents kind of skipping having a website or skipping having a Facebook business page, and they go right to the leads. They go right to the advertising. And I get it's the same phone call from everyone. Well, I have this company that's been selling me Facebook leads. Why can't I generate them myself? I certainly can figure this out. And what I try to explain to them is, look, can you get leads on Facebook? Absolutely you can. But the companies that are generating these leads, they didn't just throw a few dollars down and hit the jackpot. They probably spent many months, if not years, fine-tuning their model. And they certainly have a Facebook business page. They certainly have a website. And they have a system in place to be successful. So just to kind of give you some insight, on Facebook, you can go in and you can create an advertisement. And, the advertisement can be for anything. In my opinion, if you're in the insurance industry and if you're in the senior market, you're in good shape because when you set up an ad, you can actually target who sees the ad. And that's really the value in setting up a Facebook advertisement. You can really drill down to hopefully the people that want to do business with you who are going to see it. So you can easily go in, let's say you want to set up an ad for people turning 65. You can tell Facebook that I only want this advertisement to go to people who are 64. You can even say, I only want this advertisement to go to people who are within 10 miles of my office. Facebook will kind of put that criteria in and they'll say, okay, there's 2,900 people who fit that description, and then you can set your budget. I mean, you can spend as little as you'd like. The more you spend, the more people of the target see it. So if the target has a base of about 10,000 people, and you want to spend, $50 for 5 days, your ad might go to, 2,500 people. but they're all 64 and they're all within 10 miles of your office. So all that sounds good, but again, I always kind of tell people to try to think logically, okay? So let's say you do an ad, and let's say that ad does go to people who are 10 miles from your office who are 64, and you kind of throw up something that says, "Hey, do you have a birthday coming up? Are you confused about your Medicare options? Talk with a local, Florida Medicare expert, and I can help you with a free consultation." What do you think the consumer is going to do? Do you think they're going to instantly fill out your call to action, your form? Absolutely not. No. They're going to click back to your Facebook business page because that's where the ad comes from. And as they scroll down, they are going to look and see that you're legitimate. So if they scroll down, we want to make sure that they see, good educational content about the products that you're advertising. And make no mistake, they're also going to go right to your website, which is on the business page, and they're going to check that out too to make sure you're legitimate. So again, my point is before you go and start spending all this money on Facebook trying to get leads from ads, you got to remember that the puzzle is a little bit more complex than just creating an ad. You have to think like the consumer. How is the consumer going to react? Yes, you might get one hit or two without these other puzzle pieces, but to be truly consistent for the long run and to really increase your percentages of success, you got to make sure you have these other things in place. So that was the point of my podcast today, is to really explain that there's two levels here. Level one, which is the free level, that's what I call the daily grind. You got to show that you're legit, that you're active. You got to be posting each day, showing your expertise. And then level two, which is the pay level, that takes a little bit more of finesse, a little bit more strategy. But if you have the other pieces in place, you're definitely going to increase your chances of getting results. So hopefully this was helpful. I'll talk to everyone next week. Have a great day. Bye-bye.